Good morning and welcome to the Franchise Minute. I'm Anna Wilds, the franchise economist, and today we have a very special guest with us, Jason Barclay with Clean Eatz. Jason, welcome.
Hey, Anna. Happy holidays. Great to see you.
Happy holidays. Great to see you too. Well, today's topic is healthy food concepts. So I knew exactly who to have on the show is you because you represent Clean Eatz. So start us off, Jason, and tell us a little bit about you and how you came to work with Clean Eatz.
Yeah, sure thing. Thanks again, Anna. Interesting enough, I'm a partner of a company called Brand One Franchise Development. I've been in franchising for 25 years, which a little embarrassing. I know you and I have known each other for at least a decade, maybe longer. But it's my
Yeah,
pleasure.
definitely longer.
Yeah, but
I've
my
been in
pleasure.
20 years.
My pleasure to join. So, Clean Eatz has actually been a client of Brand One's, and I've been the lead partner on it since July of 2018. Right? July of 2018. Interesting enough, back then we probably only had about 20 units open, even though the brand opened up their first cafe in Wilmington, North Carolina, back 10 years ago now, so in 2013. But just by luck, interesting enough, one of our employees at Brand One was a huge customer of Clean Eatz up in Greenville, South Carolina. And I meant they went there and would buy 30, 40 meals a week.
Wow.
She's the one that introduced me to Clean Eatz at a franchise conference. And literally, we didn't go in there looking to work together or anything else, but I could tell the passion and the culture that the franchise company had and the founders, and I fell in love with it. Since then, to give us where we are today, we have 100 cafes open across the country and 80 more in development. So I've just been blessed and fortunate to work with them.
Well, Jason, thanks for sharing that little bit of background about yourself and how you came to work with Clean Eatz. Now, tell the audience, what is Clean Eatz? What does it do?
Yeah, sure thing. All right. So Clean Eatz is a health-focused lifestyle brand, and I'll get into that a little bit deeper what that means. But we are a brick-and-mortar cafe, a small footprint, roughly 1,600 to 2,400 square feet. But what makes us unique is we have 5 unique revenue streams in that small footprint. It's kind of unheard of, right?
It is.
To give you an idea, our lead revenue sources are things like what we call grab and go. These are actually prepared meals that customers can either get weekly, fresh, meaning never frozen, anything else, or from our grab and go freezers and bring home and consume in their right away, or put it in their freezers and have a 6-month shelf life. Really, wow. It's meal prepping, meal planning where it started. But as we think about the brick and mortar, we also have an opportunity, and it's a great one, it's my favorite, for customers to come in and get a fresh lunch or dinner prepared right in front of them. Right now, the majority of what we do for our customers are going to have 5 ingredients, so it's not overly complex or anything else. It's going to have a base, a protein, veggies, sauce, and garnish. If you really break it down, that's as easy as it is. But for the customer, this is what makes it unique. We have a balanced meal that's the correct portion, right? Far from fast food, far from sodium, from the calories you get. Think of something that's macro balanced. I don't want to get too in the weeds, but macro balanced, right? That means that the carbs, the fats, and the proteins are in line, but also the calorie content is going to be on the lower end. Clean Eatz is made for the masses. I know you have a great Clean Eatz in your backyard down in Augusta, Georgia.
In Augusta, Georgia, yes. Yeah, I've been in. It's very nice. I've seen the freezers with the grab and go and the fresh meals. You just pick up, grab it, and go. I mean, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's so convenient to the customer. If you really think about, life in general, what is one thing we can't get back? Time. Well, Clean Eatz gives people that time back. Instead of them have to go to the store, follow the ingredients, make it, prep it, clean up, consume it. They literally walk in, as you mentioned, open the grab and go doors, grab the meals, throw them in their freezer, and in 3 minutes in the microwave, they can have whatever they like and know they're eating a well-balanced, low-calorie meal.
Well, what I especially like about the meals is you said they're between 300 and 600 calories. Is that right?
Yeah, yep. Generally speaking, that's a fair comment.
That is fantastic. And it's, I'm going to go there as soon as this podcast is over.
Oh, well, please do. That franchisee there is one of our best in the system. I'm sure they'd welcome you with open arms.
Mm-hmm. Well, and so this is meal prep for the masses. Is that what you would say? But
Yeah,
it's
for
also
sure.
balanced, it's health focused, it's in proportion. You said there are no extra oils and additives and
Yeah,
sodium,
exactly.
that kind
A
of
lot
stuff.
of a lot of places you walk into, they're going to be just loaded with sodium and things that are terrible for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to either eliminate or minimize those. Still have a great tasting meal, but not put a bunch of garbage in there that you don't need that you typically find at a fast food place.
Right. So this is not fast food. We've just got to underscore that. Well, that sets us up nicely for the next question I'd like to ask you. One of the big preconceived notions about any food concept in franchising is that it would be unhealthy and that it's just like a grind for the owner, extremely long hours and that sort of thing. So speak to that and share with the audience what really, I would call this a lifestyle franchise. Can you speak to that?
I sure can. Great point. So interesting enough, unlike a lot of food concepts that are open, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, some of them even longer, Clean Eatz is really only open about 46 hours a week, right? So that's where that
That's
lifestyle
amazing.
comes into play. Correct. So a normal Clean Eatz is open 11 to 7 Monday through Friday, and then a few hours around lunchtime on Saturday and Sunday, right? The reason being on Sunday in particular, that's the meal plan, the fresh meal, first pickup day. All right. But wow, what concept can you find literally in the food space that's only 46 hours a week? But also, I don't want anybody thinking like we have a full kitchen in the back where we have a deep fryer. You don't have that in any Clean Eatz at all. You're not preparing everything from scratch. It's not like a restaurant. Think of it more of a manufacturing food business where we're taking, for the most part, pre-cooked items, right, prepared by some of our big-time distribution companies and partners, bringing them in and literally manufacturing. Here's our base, here's our protein, here's our vegetables, sauce, garnish, package out the door.
It's
Right?
more like assembly.
At 100%. It's interesting. You wouldn't think a lot of folks like in engineering would love a food concept. I'm shocked how many people we have with that background. The reason being is because they see the efficiencies and the simplicity of the model that brings them in. Now, before I switch gears, I want to mention one more thing about lifestyle.
Okay.
Every single one of our franchisees are fitness and health minded. Every one of them. Now, there's different variations, right? We have ex-professional athletes and older folks that just want to give back to the community in health and wellness. But that is something that we look for as a core component of our culture.
All right. That's fantastic. Well, now I want to talking about the role of the owner and working 46 hours or having the business open 46 hours a week. Another aspect of, well, I'll call it a myth that many people have with the food concept is that the owner's in the back cooking in the kitchen. Speak to what the role of a Clean Eatz franchisee is, Jason.
Yeah, sure. First of all, there's so much more value a franchisee that fits our culture can do besides being in the kitchen making the meals. All right. Nothing wrong with knowing every aspect of the business. In fact, you should know it.
Right.
But the reality is our franchisees, and we have probably 25% of our franchisees are multi-unit franchisees that own multiple Clean Eatz. They're more outside, working on the marketing side, educating consumers on what makes us unique. Because you never know. A consumer might have came in just, hey, I'm here for lunch. Well, they didn't know we had meal plans. They didn't know we had grab and goes. They didn't know we had a marketplace or, maybe catering or that sort of thing. So really establishing the culture inside that we brought down through the system, but then also being out in the community, Again, this is why it's important that they're health and wellness focused. It comes natural to them. They're already members they might be on a running club, or they might be doing some sort of fitness activity, or part of the, parents athletic commission, whatever that may be.
Sure.
Just get out there with the name. I mean, there's a reason that I logoed up for you today.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
We have all kind of gear that just getting the name out there. And then the question on, well, what's Clean Eatz? I never heard of it. Now, it used to be when we first started with only 20 some locations. When I got on board, nobody really knew it. But now we're a national brand. We're in 25 states and with 100 units open.
Well, that's really great. Now, this is happening at the end of the year, and I know many people, I'll raise my hand, are thinking about maybe losing weight or eating healthier, starting to exercise, that sort of thing with the turn of the year. And my sons are really into meal planning now. They're both in college, but they got to feed themselves now. Mom isn't there anymore. So
Right.
Speak just a bit more about the meal planning aspect of Clean Eatz, because that's pretty attractive and I think might get some people's attention.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we got to get your kids in with some Clean Eatz. There's nothing better in college than instead of going to fast food late at night, popping a meal in the microwave, having a balanced meal, right? But what I like to say to folks, and I think kind of where you're getting at, is our customer base at Clean Eatz isn't just somebody that's gone to the gym 4 days a week at all. We are made for the masses. Our success, our profitability, our revenue all shows that, right? But it could be somebody that, again, myself included, high cholesterol, right? And that shouldn't surprise anybody that knows me. A more balanced meal can help the blood, right?
Right.
To somebody that maybe is trying to gain some weight. Maybe, as you mentioned, this time of year, a lot of people are like, man, next week, I'm done eating this stuff. I'm going to lose some weight. The best thing about Clean Eatz, whether you're trying to bulk up, trying to get your blood right, just want a balanced meal, or maybe trying to lose weight, our team inside one of our cafes can direct you in the right direction on what to eat and when, and you get the results. Wow, think of that. That's
great.
Earth-shattering in food, right? When's the last time you went to this food place and they said, oh, you want to lose weight? Great. Here's what you do, right? And that could be cutting out half the carbs or all the carbs. Whereas if somebody's bulking up, double protein. Those are all customized for Clean Eatz.
Well, that's fantastic. So what I'm hearing you say, Jason, is that you can walk into a Clean Eatz and they can customize a meal plan for you. And I mean, this is like for the week, right? And you come in, is it on Sunday? And you can explain how all that works.
Yeah, so on the meal plan, by the way, first of all, one of the neat things, meal plan rotates every week. Fresh meals, so you don't get burnt out of eating the same thing. Okay, a lot of people have that, we don't. So 6 meals come out, plus or minus, that people can pick. But yes, then the customer can actually click, and this is all done online, paid for, everything, how many meals they want. And if they want a special deal, like, again, double protein, half carbs, no carbs, they're able to customize certain meals to be able to meet their requests. So, what's neat about this is you get to see the customer weekly. You start to see them transform, right? And think about the loyalty. How many other food concepts have that many customer touches? Because every time they eat one of these prepackaged meals, the logo's there, right? Speaking of a lifestyle, our customers end up being Clean Eatz is their lifestyle. They continue to come back. So we got a very sticky brand, which is awesome.
That is awesome. And Jason, we are out of time. So if someone wants to learn more about Clean Eatz, what do you suggest they do?
Well, this one's easy for me. Go right back to my longstanding friend, Anna Wilds. She can help direct you in the right way and get us in touch. But Anna, thank you very much. It's so fun to do this. It is neat that we're doing it the week before the new year. As you can imagine, our sales just go through the roof at the beginning of the new year. But they can circle back to you. You can help direct them in the right direction towards me or my partner, Dave Schaefer's.
Right, and make sure they're the right fit, and also, educate them along the way and help them through their discovery process. So I'm glad to do that.
No doubt, so, you're one of the best, and been doing it for a long time. So I know that when I get somebody that you've educated, I'm looking forward to talking to them.
Oh, well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate this, and everyone. This is Jason Barclay with Clean Eatz, part of the Brand One portfolio of franchises. And I'm Anna Wilds, the franchise economist. Thank you so much for joining us. And come back next week, audience, where you're going to hear about an amazing franchise that caters to the absolutely massive baby boomer demographic. So thank you so much for joining us. See you next week.